Hi friends, welcome back to Rouse Rising. My name is Katie. I just whipped up a batch of this delicious batter and I'm getting ready to fry it up in my cast iron skillet to make lunch for my 5 kids. I think you're gonna love this recipe too, so come along and let's make lunch today. It's gonna be so good. Let's get into it. This summer you might find yourself drowning in zucchini either at the farmer's market or maybe in your own home gardens. And if that's the case, then this is a recipe you definitely want to write down in your cookbook. That way you can serve it up to your family and friends. Serve it as a delicious side dish, as a dinner main. You can serve it as a breakfast. We love it all the time. It's called, or what I call, zucchini pancakes. They are a savory, cheesy flavored, but non-dairy little pan-fried cake of deliciousness. It is not sweet, they are savory, and they are so good. You can smear them with some homemade mayonnaise, store-bought mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, whatever your preference, whatever your topping of choice. You can put a little bit of relish on them. They're also tasty with some homemade salsa. So give this recipe a try. This is zucchini pancakes. I've made it on my channel before, but it's been a long time since I've made it. I've probably put it in meal prep videos before, but if you search in the toolbar on my channel main page, you can search for zucchini pancakes or just type in zucchini and the recipe should pop up for you. I'm gonna wing it, but you get the idea and you'll see how delicious it is. But if you want this very specific recipe, definitely I will link it down below in this video's description so that you can see how to make these delicious zucchini pancakes. All right, we're gonna get started, and the first thing I'm gonna do is cut off the ends of my zucchini, and I have this food processor right here. So we're just going to use this to quickly and effectively grate up all of our zucchini. Normally I would grate it with a grater like this, but I'm gonna hand grate the carrots with this, and I'm gonna fine grate the carrots, and this zucchini is gonna be cut at a little bit bigger of a chunk. You don't have to add carrots, but I am gonna add carrots because we have carrots, and I thought it would be a nice addition. Yeah, isn't it awesome when it does that? Pretty cool, huh? All right, so these I'll just chop up and throw in there. All right, we're gonna get this cleaned out. I'm gonna throw this into a bowl. All right, I'm fresh milling some soft white wheat berries into flour for this, and then I'm also gonna fine mince up some cloves of garlic, and then we're gonna add about a teaspoon of salt, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and about a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh ground pepper. All right, here's our flour. Into our flour, we're gonna add a teaspoon of baking soda. I get my baking soda from Azure Standard. Teaspoon. All right, about yay much. Mix that in throughout the flour. We're also gonna crack some eggs into here after we get our garlic in. Garlic. And you can put as many cloves of garlic in it as you would like. This is gonna be my flavors that are gonna go in here. I also have my Redmond's Real Salt Seasoned Salt. We're also gonna add some of my freeze-dried vegetable mix. This stuff's really good. It's vacuum sealed right now. We're gonna crack it open and dump some of that in there. Good variety of that. It's got onions and peppers and zucchini and all kinds of yummy goodness. I found the nutritional yeast. So I'm gonna use up the last of the nutritional yeast in this recipe. To make this, we're gonna crack probably 3 eggs in here. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do a teaspoon of onion powder. Teaspoon of garlic powder, some paprika, do some seasoned salt, some regular salt, and this bottle This is about a 1/4 cup or so of nutritional yeast. Yeah, I'd say about that much. And pepper to your liking. Probably more than enough right there. And then the zucchini has a lot of moisture in it already, but we're adding the eggs, and we'll probably add a splash of, you can do like a coconut milk or an almond milk, whatever you like, whatever you prefer. We've got the egg in there, mixing up. And I fine ground the carrots. The zucchini is a lot thicker. I would normally fine ground the zucchini, but I was lazy today and I didn't want to stand here and grate all day. And then I realized I forgot a zucchini. So we're gonna go in with a little bit of olive oil, a splash of milk. And if you like, you can add cheese to yours. I'm not. I normally make it dairy-free, but I didn't have any dairy-free milk, so this is not dairy-free. We're gonna go in with our cup of flour or so, and we might need to add more milk to this. Maybe even more eggs. The zucchini will release moisture, and so that's about perfect. This is about the consistency that we want. And then we're gonna fry these up in our skillet in some oil. I'm gonna do coconut oil. Oops, flinging this stuff everywhere. You can taste it. Some people will taste this. If the seasoning's all right, tastes pretty good to me. Could use a touch more salt. And a touch more onion. You can even grate up onion and add it to this. That would be really tasty. All right, we're gonna get our skillet warmed up. Let this sit for just a minute and let all that marinate in there. I'm using fresh ground wheat. You can use all-purpose flour, but because I'm using fresh ground wheat, I like to let it sit for a few minutes just so the wheat can absorb all of the moisture in there and expand like it needs to, and then it'll cook up really nicely. I'm gonna wash my hands so I can get to cooking. One thing I just remembered that you can also add to this, I'm gonna add some parsley to it, and I've got this convenient, I don't know how convenient it actually is, but we're gonna grind this little parsley grinder. Oh, that actually is quite nice. Ah! Oh, I did not know it could do that. All right, guys. Apparently I was twisting the wrong end. Anyways, that'll be tasty. All right, after you have your skillet on medium for a little bit, you do need to turn it down to low. Low, and turn your fan on. It's gonna get noisy. Today's video is sponsored by Vavor Water Hose Reel. We've got this old dinky rinky dink water hose holder right here. And I'm gonna install the Vavor retractable hose reel. It's gonna make my life so much easier. Why, yes, that is a spigot back there right beside my garden. And no, I do not have a post to put in a hole right now to mount this hose reel. So I do have it mounted over where we have our RV hookup. And that way the hose reaches all the way to my garden, and I can water the grassy area up by the porch where the kids play. My garden also has irrigation, so I don't want to interfere with that. Plus, if I keep it right there by the house, then I can monitor the kids using the hose, and they love to play outside with the water with this by our house. Now the kids can pull the hose out and they can set up all their water games and have so much summer fun. As well, I can easily retract the hose. It's less work for me. It makes my life so much easier. This is a pretty unique hose reel situation because it is retractable, so be careful. Don't let your kids get their hands or their fingers caught in here. It is not a cranking hose reel. This is the Veggies retractable hose reel, so when you pull on it, and also you want to make sure you let out all the pressure and that your hose is off. This makes it easier to wrap up. Go. It's all wrapped up, and then once again, if you need to use it, you just pull it out. Once you have it out the length that you want, you're going to turn on your hose reel, and then boom, you've got water. There we go. Turn this off, let out all the water pressure, all the pressure from the water, and then again, just retract and go. There you go. Boom, bada bing.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have.
These are baking up nicely. We want to cook them a little bit slower on the other side. That first side got a little bit hot, but we want them to cook all the way through, so we're just going to let these sit here on low for a few minutes. So we're supposed to turn.
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times.
Okay, so these may be called zucchini fritters or vegetable fritters on my channel. I'm not sure if I call them fritters, and it's hard to say fritters. If I call them fritters. Now I can't say it. Or if I call them zucchini pancakes. But either way, they're tasty. Don't they look good?
Yeah.
Hopefully they taste good. I'm going to top them with some stiff. Make sure they're done. They're not quite done in the middle yet. Alright. This one's done. Can you go that on?
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
You're probably wondering, are they even delicious? Of course they are. My kids ate them and they don't eat anything unless it's delicious. And if it's not delicious, they tell me. And they loved these. They came back for seconds and thirds. And because I made so much, we can save these for another day. I made the perfect size so they fit in wide mouth mason jars for storage, or you can put them in an airtight container and they'll save for up to 3 to 5 days in the fridge, or freeze them and have them on hand for any time that you want an easy meal. One quick way to sneak some vegetables into your kids' diet, especially if you have picky eaters, this is a delicious thing to make for them. Just tell them that they're cheese fritters. They're delicious cheese fritters. Oh, what's that? That's seasoning. It makes them taste delicious. Oh yeah, enjoy. All right, I've made all of these delicious fritters. My kids have been eating them the whole time I've been cooking them, so they've just been disappearing off this rack. I just have a few more left to make. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm gonna feed all these hungry kids and get them outside to burn off their energy, because if you don't run the boys, they will eat your furniture. So I'm just making dinner now, and what I did was I made some taco meat. Well, I made a whole bunch of ground beef with onions and then garlic powder, onion powder, salt, all the things. And then I put taco seasoning in it, and half of it, the other half I left plain, but it still had seasoning in it. Then I added some salsa to this. We're gonna wrap this up into some tortillas and put it in a casserole dish and cover it with some of my homemade salsa verde. This recipe is on my channel. If you grow tomatillos, then go ahead and check out that recipe. It's delicious. It's a roasted tomatillo salsa verde. And I'm gonna pour this on top, cover it with cheese, pop it in the oven, and that's gonna be whatever, a casserole. So I'll show you guys when it's all done. But yeah, quick and easy dinner. Delicious, I'm sure. It's all done. Look, it's looking delicious. Right here, we've got some salmon. Picked it up from old Costco 2 days ago. And then we've got some sushi bake, heat and eat. So we are getting ready to head out the door to go biking. but I'm gonna feed us all real quick. I might grab some broccoli and steam it. I might not, we'll see. I might just cut up some pineapple and some melon and we'll go that route. But I'm gonna cook this. My oven's preheating at 375 degrees, so we're gonna cook it at 375. The sushi bake needs to cook at 350. Stopped using pepper for a long time because it's inflammatory, but I use it now. Might be why I'm having so much pain. Salmon's pretty easy to cook. Don't complicate it, keep it simple. We're gonna put some pepper on this, some salt, some lemon juice, olive oil, and we're gonna bake it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes at 375 degrees. If you are doing smaller fillets, you can do 350 degrees, but with this larger fillet, 375 is a perfect bake temp. Don't do 400 because you'll dry it out too quick. So enjoy your salmon. We are gonna eat this real quick on top of this sushi bake, and then we're gonna hit the trails because the kids have got some mountain biking to do today. So we are excited about that.
I saw a light when you passed me by. The reason why I shine, you're the reason why. I thought I caught your eyes, the love is blind. I thought I saw you smile. I saw a light when you passed me by. The reason why I shine, you're the reason why. I thought I caught your eyes, the love is blind. I thought I saw you smile.
This salmon looks beautiful, cooked up lovely. Gonna serve that up with the sushi bake, and then the kids are gonna have, or we're all gonna have, the fruit along with that for lunch today. Being honest, making good choices, being strong, strength. I'm just dishing up Aaron's portion and setting it aside because he's still working, but I'm going to take this to the bike park with us so that when he shows up to get the other kids, he can go ahead and eat his dinner and we can hang out for a bit before he runs the other kids home. Check out my shorts. That's where I'll be sharing all of our mountain bike lifestyle. Ran to Grocery Outlet because we needed milk and creamer or dairy-free creamer and a few other little things that I found while I was in there real quick. So let me share it with you real fast. All right, don't come at me about GMOs and all that stuff. I fed my kids primarily organic, made from scratch, everything the first decade of my oldest child's life. And then I had 5 kids and that's life. I'm not making up excuses. These were 99 cents. 99 cents for 8 pouches. And my kids were hungry. I had just picked them up from their school. And so that was a good little snack. I took 1 pack out to the car and I was like, hey, kids, try these. They liked them. 99 cents. I went back in and grabbed 3 more to keep in the van because of all the different activities that we do. And we're running around and doing all the things. So we can always use snacks. Everybody that has lots of kids, you can always use cheap, easy snacks to keep the kids quiet for your sanity so you can get down the road. Here's some Tipsin organic turmeric infusion, herbal infusions. I've been in a lot of pain. My back's really giving me a lot of trouble. Some moments of the day I can move, but if I sit down, I have a hard time moving after I stand up. So I'm going to try drinking some turmeric tea. I thought this would make it easy. This was $3.99 for this pack of 60 envelopes, and they have a variety of ginger and turmeric, vanilla, cinnamon. I like chai tea and things like that, so that's also why I got this, because I like those flavors, and it seems to have lots of those flavors. So I'll mix and match bags. I'll do 2 bags per cup of tea, make it nice and strong, and then hopefully get a little bit of relief. I know you're supposed to add black pepper, so I'll add in some. I have some fine ground black pepper. I'll add that in with my tea and see if that helps activate the turmeric and get rid of some of this inflammation I have in my body that's been plaguing me ever since before we moved. It's been, I guess it's because my back shot wore off. I get shots in my back and I don't have a pain management place since we've moved, so I haven't had shots in my back for like 6 months and I'm in a lot of pain. So I think I'm gonna have to keep getting those shots just so I can make it through life. Luke's organic cheddar clouds, their white cheddar cheese puffs. They had those. They had the cocoa bunnies, so I got 2 packs of those. This is like a snacky do item to feed to the kids. And I have 5 kids, so this stuff won't last long at all. But we take them, I'll grab one of these along with some fruit and some cheese sticks and whatever else. You know, the healthy whole food stuff. And then we'll throw one of these in the bag. Or I'll throw a box of the cheddar bunnies in a bag. Or I'll throw these in there. But we'll have some whole foods and then a snack item when we go out on our outings, on our hikes and things like that. And it makes it fun to have something snacky and then along with like watermelon chunks cut up. Or we had pineapple and cantaloupe and melon, and we've got another melon back there from Costco. But we'll do fruits, proteins, fats, and snacky item. And it's just nice. It's quick and easy to grab those containers. And with a family our size, we can eat through 1 container in a sitting. So that works out. Mango, habanero, focus grasshopper. Mango habanero pepper sauce. We grabbed 2 of those because I've seen the tiny sample size ones at Walmart and we've grabbed those before, but I've never seen the bottle size, which is basically just 2 of the small bottles. So basically we got 4 small bottles because I grabbed 2 of those. And this, I've been out of this for years. I use it to can up elk and deer meat. And we do have some elk and deer meat in the freezer. So I'm planning on canning up some of that. Some of the steaks, we don't really like the steaks, and I can grind them into hamburger. But it's easier just to chunk them up, throw them in a jar, throw in a spoonful of this, and pressure cook those for 90 minutes. And then we've got easy, delicious meat to eat right out of the jar. And my family prefers the elk garlic sauce chili. The chili garlic sauce in our elk and deer canned meats. Then we just dump them out and we can slap them on some bread, make a sandwich with some mayonnaise, whatever. Relish, delicious, good stuff. And then I've seen people eating hearts of palm lately in food vlogs and stuff on YouTube. So I grabbed a jar when I saw them. And these were $3 for this jar of hearts of palm. So the kids and I will taste test those. Grabbed some of these for the car. They didn't have any healthy chewing gum, so I just grabbed this. Sometimes we have gum in the car, especially for long car rides to keep the kids quiet for a little while. Whole milk. We got the Eberhards. Is this the kind that you kids said, the Eberhards? Organic creamery. Was this what you said you guys liked? I can't remember. But the kids, we drove by a truck the other day and they said, hey, that's the milk we actually like. Because they're not having raw milk. The kids aren't having raw milk and they prefer raw milk and they're bummed about it. So they've been taste testing different milks from the different stores. And one of them they really liked that we got when we first moved in this house. So I picked up this. Maybe it was this brand. Maybe it was that. I don't know. Coconut milk, French vanilla, organic creamer for my coffees. And then, because I try to stay dairy free, sometimes I need to get some almond milk for when I make things like the zucchini things. I didn't have any milk. I could have just added a little bit of water to them, but instead I added milk. And I just can't eat a whole lot of things with dairy in it. And I try to save up. I'm like, okay, I won't eat dairy free for a long time and then I'll eat pizza. Or I won't eat dairy free for a long time and then I'll have something else. I'll give in and have a piece of cheese. But I try to be dairy free in my daily life and then splurge or cheat on my dairy free diet on occasion. And then cornstarch. I've been out of cornstarch for a really long time. You use it as a thickener in gravies and you use it to do all kinds of things. So it's just a kitchen pantry item that you need because you can use it for so many things. And I've been out for months. I slowly restocking my pantry after the move. There was things that when I ran out, I did not buy until I was like, I'll just buy it after we move when we need it. And I reached for cornstarch a few times to thicken up some different things that I've made for dinner. And I just did not have any. So when I saw it today, I said, oh, grab it quick. Anywho, that's everything we got. My total was $65.18 for this amount of food, which it doesn't seem like a lot of food. But butternut squash, I'm going to make some butternut squash soup. And I'm going to cut up the melon for the kids to eat. Next up, I'm just going to share with you what I packed, or the sandwich that I packed for the kids' lunch this week.
Above the door, meet all my challenges and search for my strength. I defeat them all. I'm never ever gonna hide no more. I come to love myself again. Yeah. For all the things I didn't know, the pain, the hurt, I let it go. Start to believe in myself and life will be sweet again. So sweet again. above it all. Beat all my challenges and search for my strength. I defeat them all. I never ever gonna hide no more. I come to love myself again. For all the things I didn't know, the pain, the hurt, I let it go. Let it go. And I start to believe in myself, and life will be sweet again. Oh na na, oh na 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 na. When all I see is darkness and gloom, yeah, I'll be running from my doom. Oh na 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 na. But now it's time to live my life, but now I know what I need to do. Oh na 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 na. When all I see is darkness and gloom, yeah, I'll be running from my doom. Oh na 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 na. But now it's time to live my life.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.